following program may contain coarse language, suggestive dialogue, and discussion of violent imagery and sexual situations. It is intended for mature listeners who can tell the difference between facts and opinions.
Things are getting totally nuts. It's going balls deep on this episode of the Toonami Faithful podcast. I am your host, Sketch, and with me I have...
your co-host, who's given herself brain freeze, Kuro.
And...
an editorial writer, Laser Kid.
And...
social media superstar, Steve.
And we have a returning guest.
Yo, Toonami Faithful, it's Jefferies here. Present.
Welcome back, Jefferies. Good to have you back on the show.
Hey, Jeff.
Thank you for having me. Hey, Kuro, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Hey, welcome aboard.
Likewise.
We're doing something a little bit different this week. We decided to kind of switch up which shows we cover. And in order to do that, we kind of had to do something a little bit wonky. We're talking about every show except Bleach this week.
Yes.
But we're talking about the Blue Exorcist that aired 2 weeks ago. Very confusing, am I right?
It'll all make sense next week, we promise. Just bear with us. This is
Yes, it will. We're gonna put our B's together with our D's together.
Are you looking for the BD?
B squad and D squad.
Oh, I
Yep.
was going to make a BD energy joke, but maybe that's inappropriate. Or maybe it's very
I
appropriate.
mean, we talked about getting your balls together here, so, you know.
There will be much talk of balls.
Yes.
Very much talk of balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we're going to start things off, and Laser is going to regale us of what happened in episode 10 of Dragon Ball Daima.
Indeed. Episode 10, Ocean. Well, we start this episode with an interesting little preamble. Goku, defender of Earth and the Dragon Balls. And it's like, oh, hey, haven't seen that since episode 1. I didn't expect to see that again, but here it is. That the episode proper opens with Majin-Ku challenging Tamagami number 1. Tamagami number 1 is very different from the last one we saw. Tamagami number 1 just is over all of this. He does not care. But he does go into the fight. Majin-Ku dances around bizarrely, making all kinds of very odd dodges and attacks. Making kung fu noises hilariously while he goes in for a jab with his right hand, but it's a feint as he then goes for a kick. But Tamagami number 1 sees it coming and just jumps out of the way as he draws his Cloud Strife 9000. It's over 9,000, you guys! Majin-Ku kicks at him again, but this time he blocks the Tamagami's elbow. Oh, the disrespect. As he is blocked, rather, by the Tamagami's elbow. I can talk, you guys. A flurry of blows comes from Majin-Ku, but they are effortlessly blocked or dodged by Tamagami number 1. This animation is so gorgeous, I swear. It is so goofy. This scene is so goofy, but it is so lovingly animated. Tamagami number 1 goes in for a headbutt, but Majin-Ku jumps back and sends a ki blast away. But Tamagami number 1 slices the ki blast in a cross strike with his sword, and it gets sliced into nothing. Wow. Meanwhile, I get to say that a lot this episode, where there's a lot of back and forth in this episode. Supreme Kai makes Goku's ears pointy as they approach Sir Warp, who asks them for a pin code, which Glorio gives. Sir Warp's like, that's a Gendarmerie pin, and you don't look like Gendarmes. Pansy is up to the task, though. She says they're not, but they have family who are. And that's good enough for Sir Warp, who is clearly not being paid enough to care beyond noting as much. And they are sent on their way. Supreme Kai suggests that they could go straight to the demon world, but Goku's not having it. He wants that Dragon Ball, and Glorio agrees. I think we all know Goku just wants another fight.
Yep.
Goku thanks Gliro for backing him up, only able to get Glorio's name right. He also states that he's worried about Dende, but Supreme Kai reassures him that Namekians are valuable. They won't hurt Dende. Meanwhile,
they're like coddling the kid.
Oh yeah, absolutely, hilariously so. Meanwhile, Bulma is enjoying a bit of vanity for how her skin looks. I am reminded of Dragon Ball Super Broly all over again, although that's technically in the future. Hymus is just happy to have the plane back. Piccolo says that even if they rescue Dende, he's still a baby, so it'd be a while before the Dragon Balls on Earth start working. Vegeta says that Kakarot has the right idea that using the Demon World Dragon Ball seems to be the best play here. Hymus notices Bulma's skin and is super smooth, and she is very happy to have someone else notice this. Hymus asks if she'd be his girlfriend. Vegeta's reaction is exactly what you'd expect. He's immediately telling Hymus, that's my wife. I was like, oh, I don't mind sharing. Bruh. Wife guy Vegeta does care, and yeah, that's a scene, but Hymus ignores Vegeta and tells Bulma her husband has a goofy-looking haircut. Hymus, you are lucky to be alive right now. Vegeta says,
talk.
yeah, pretty much.
Is that even hair? I know he said he wanted to go to his hair appointment, but is that even hair?
That is a good question. It's like a little skin swirl or hair or something. Vegeta says he could not stay as a little kid. Bulma would like that though because she's looking pretty, but he's not okay with that. Not at all. This may be the cutest Vegeta he's ever been. He's getting so flustered over his wife. Hymus even calls him out on it and says, you must be a boob man. That's it, Hymus. You are Akira Toriyama's new self-insert character. You can't convince me otherwise. Vegeta is still not taking this at all, and he tells Hymus to basically be quiet. Piccolo says that Hymus read Vegeta like a book. I love it when Dragon Ball does this. Just having fun with this rich cast of characters. This didn't do anything for the plot, but that's what Dragon Ball does so well, is having its characters have fun little moments like this. And now we're back to the fight with Majin Ku and Tamagami number 1. Majin Ku is setting a barrage of Ki Blast at Tamagami number 1, who's blocking them all with an energy shield. Majin Ku jumps into the air very frustrated as he spins into a tornado filled with Ki energy. He dives right at Tamagami number 1, who just simply sidesteps him, grabs him, tosses him, and he lands into the ground hard, making a slight indentation into the ground. He sits back up and tilts his head, puts his fists onto his ears, sticks his tongue out before pouncing down, completely dropping the weird whatever face that was, and just charges on all fours at Tamagami number 1. Majin Ku, you are weird. But he slips and falls. He recovers and just wails at Tamagami number 1, who isn't even blocking or dodging this time, but it's not very effective. He jumps up and shoots a Ki Blast from his mouth. Dr. Arnes seems pleased at this as she laughs maniacally, and the camera pans away back to Goku and crew, who are in a very green second demon world. Goma is watching, and he's very upset and shocked that they've already made it this far. Goku asks Supreme Kai if it's been a while since he's been here, and Supreme Kai confirms it has been quite a while. Pansy worries about them flying so fast, but Gloria says it's fine. The air is normal here, it's not as thick, so they can go full speed and reach Tamagami pretty quickly. Supreme Kai asks if they still have Krakens around, and based on the immediate pan underwater, the immediate guess is yes, and yeah, Glorious Ones wastes no time saying there's tons of them. We even see one under the water. Goku wonders if they're all like crackers at home. Oh, Goku. Why is everything like food with you?
Kraken, is that a food?
It's not even that, it's crackers, guys. Supreme Kai says that if they fly too close to the surface, the giant krakens will leap out of the surface and swallow them whole. Pansy says the story says that they're huge, and this is when the Gundam finally get off their union-mandated coffee break and appear out of nowhere, guns blazing. America! Gloria does his best to dodge and shoot back, but he has trouble fighting back. His comments that he doesn't usually do this sort of thing. Goku has Gloria open the back and just jumps out to attack. The Gendarmerie are unsurprisingly shocked that a child is deflecting their bullets with a metal stick and destroying their planes with it. Did I mention this animation is gorgeous yet? Because holy crap, watching Goku
Paul was
go to
here,
work.
he would be saying it too.
Yeah. Goku tosses Ki Blast at the rest of the Gendarmerie, even landing on a window of one just to be a nuisance. Goku, just don't play with your food. Just get it over with.
Don't be a menace.
Yes. Well, he does indeed just get to finish it with a power pole as the last one. Goma is apoplectic watching this, and Degusu is kind of crying in a corner somewhere. Goma orders all the Gundam to return to the first demon world immediately. I kind of feel sorry for them, like, just watching them freak out, you almost feel pity for them, but then you remember how he taxes life energy from the demon folk, and how he totally made this conflict happen by his own incompetence, and that pity immediately goes away.
Yeah, this butt whooping is entirely deserved.
Oh, absolutely. Pansy and Supreme Kai cheer for Goku, who is making it back into the rear of the ship, when, of course, a Kraken makes a move for them. It grabs the ship with a tentacle. Goku has everyone get out, but Pansy runs back in for something as the Kraken squeezes the ship in a very uneasy scene. Oh god, it takes its time. Like, it's relishing just squeezing this thing. I'm like, man, this is a sadistic little Kraken over here. But Goku runs in to save her. However, the two of them inside the ship are swallowed by the Kraken. But Goku manages to pull Pansy out of its mouth very quickly before it submerges back underwater. Supreme Kai worries that they just lost the Dragon Ball, but not to worry, Pansy saved it. That's why she went back in. Goma is very upset that the Kraken didn't take care of the job. Yeah, you're not going to get something else to take care of it for you, buddy. That's not going to work. Everyone flies themselves high up, so they're not going to be in range of the Kraken without a ship. And they're, once again, planeless. That's sad commonality in Dragon Ball Daima. But the original planet of the Namekians is nearby, so they decide to stop by there to plan their next move. Back to the Tamagami fight, Dr. Aransu laughs triumphantly as Tamagami number 1 is smoking from the Ki Blast. But he's fine. Just, the smoke clears, he's fine. Majin freaks out and jumps back before lunging forward in another assault. He knocks Tamagami 1 through a wall. But again, it's not very effective. Majin flies up and away, firing Ki Blast that proves equally ineffective. They're really seeing how they're really showing us how terrifying the Tamagami are here. If your name's not Goku and you don't, or you're not a Saiyan, even this dude with Majin Buu essence basically can't do anything. Tamagami number 1 effortlessly appears right behind Majin Buu. This is a horror movie villain at this point, although not a villain, but like, you just can't do anything to this guy. No wonder no one's ever beaten one except for Goku. Majin does back off successfully, putting distance between them for a few seconds, before Tamagami number 1 appears right behind him instantly. Again. Majin starts freaking out. Meanwhile, back in Demon World Namek? I'm not sure what to call this planet, but totally original Namek. Do not steal.
It's the original Namek.
It is the original Namek. Goku is shocked that it looks just like Planet Namek in his universe. Supreme Kai says they probably took the trees from here to make their new home feel like this one. That actually makes some sense. Goku says that it really must have stung when Frieza blew it up. Yeah, Goku, I guess it would have, but why are you bringing that up? Goku then says he's hungry. In other news, water is also wet. Gloria says it hasn't been long since breakfast, but Goku remembers he still has the revive bugs he bought. He wonders if they'll fill his belly as well as refill his stamina. Pansy says they're not very filling. For those of you that are wondering why Goku would think they do that, he thinks they behave kind of like senzu beans. Because senzu bean will heal everything, but it also fills you for like a long time. So this is not exactly like a senzu bean, given that it's not very filling, but it does heal you. Goku offers the stamina bugs to everyone, but no one else is taking them. He eats one and immediately, that is nasty. He does not like it, but it does refill his energy, and he says it did make him slightly less hungry. The whole planet seems abandoned, apparently untouched. The Namekians left. Goku says Vegeta and the others are nearby, and he heads off to go find them. Kind of need a plane, after all. Pansy is kind of like, how does Goku know? Supreme Kai tells them that Goku can sense his friends. Bulma is taking the sights and asks Piccolo if it's taking him back. Piccolo says it might if he were his father, but he's never knew the demon world. Hydas tells him someone's coming, and of course, it's Goku. Vegeta is annoyed that it's just Kakarot. Hydas being Hydas says, no, that's not Kakarot, it's Goku, you guys. I love these character moments. Seriously, this episode is solid gold just for these little things. When Bulma's like, yeah, no, it's the same guy, Goku Kakarot. Hydas is weirded out by someone having two names, but...
Please, Goku, why do you have two names?
Yeah, to pull a girl like on, who the hell do you think you are having two names? Goku is making warning gestures, but no one seems to understand him. And to be fair, if I didn't know what he was trying to tell them, does Goku need to pee? Is he trying to tell them to not go in the water? Is he telling them not to go further? He's not being very good about it. They let him in and immediately warns him to fly higher to avoid monsters. Hydas is like, okay, we're going higher. I gotta give it to him. He does not waste time. Piccolo says he doesn't know anything about any monsters, and Vegeta's annoyed at Goku. Got worked up over a stupid fish. And on cue, that stupid fish, the Kraken, leaps up for them, but they barely make it away. If Hydas hadn't taken that warning and gone way up, they would not have been high up enough to dodge that. So, yeah. Vegeta is, of course, shocked at the Kraken, which, yeah, that thing's big. Bulma is mad that Hydas didn't warn them, but Hydas says he didn't know about them because he's never been to the second Demon World before. You know, I made fun of Hydas here a lot, and I probably still will, but that is fair. He hadn't been there. How would he know? Piccolo wonders if he came back to warn them, but Goku's like, no, we need a pickup. Our planes, got destroyed by that thing. So now everyone can fly together. When it's you who doesn't have a plane, Goku, but when they needed a ride, oh no, we don't have room. Vegeta's even kind of annoyed. He doesn't make that particular observation. Like, oh, this is all about you then. But I kind of have to agree. This is kind of hypocritical on Goku's part. Back at the Tamagami, I hesitate to call it a fight at this point, but I guess it's a fight. Madriku's worn out. Tamagami number 1 is just annoyed. Madriku says he gives up and bows. Tamagami accepts this and just stoically goes back to where he was. Majin Q apologizes to an incredibly annoyed Dr. Arinsu. And they leave, which is good, because if they had stayed, they would have run across Gendarmerie, who went to check on the commotion that is no longer going on. Dr. Arinsu says that Majin Q is fired, but he argues that isn't necessary, because he's not useless. Even if he can't be a Tamagami, he's got speed to spare, a better singing voice than you'd expect, and he'd do great as a... What I'm hearing, Majin Q, you got a job with DoorDash coming your way.
He'd do great at what?
He'd do great as a personal shopper.
Oh. When I heard that scene, all I could think of was Secret of the Ooze. Is like, as you see, they have other attributes.
Yes. I can totally see that reference.
Majin Buu is very Usopp coded,
Yes.
except he's usually willing to get into a fight. Usopp is not.
He is absolutely willing to fight. He's just a big giant puss.
But I love how he's all like, "Well, I'm out."
Yeah, well, I mean, do you
This didn't
blame
work.
him? He tried. he gave it the whole college try. Honestly, if it were me, I would have given up a lot sooner than he did.
Yeah, he put in a good fight.
Besides, I mean, he's a
Just
good personal
outclassed.
shopper and he's fast. I mean, again, DoorDash. DoorDash is hiring right now.
How does this guy know so much about himself? He was literally born earlier today.
Who knows? I
He
don't
just
know
fell
how
off the Cybertruck.
All I can tell you is that he's now in the running with Hibis and Goma for the funniest character in Dragon Ball Daima. I love this doof.
They're just goofy little characters.
Yeah, oh yes. The Dragon Ball Daima absolutely excels at this, and that's one of the reasons I love the show so much. Is it's very goofy. Everyone arrives on original Namek, and Goku asks Piccolo if he missed it, and Piccolo's like, "Yeah, I already told Bulma, and no."
Stop
But
asking.
Pretty much, but he does say
I'm
it
not my
feels
father.
oddly familiar. So there is some kind of a connection, but not enough for him to remember it. It's oddly familiar to him. Supreme Kai says he's sure the decision really was probably not an easy one, but because while the Namekians were highly valued, they were not respected as they were little more than slaves. Ouch. Pansy asks Supreme Kai, under his name Nahare, if he also came from here. Supreme Kai says that he did come to the Second Demon World, but they are a ways off from his old home. And Bulma has the whole, wait, Nahare? That's his name? Yeah, no, Supreme Kai's his job title, Bulma. Yes, I am customer support representative. That's my name now. But Goku has a little bit of oh, I knew that. It's like, okay, Goku, yes, we know, we've been watching you. But Bulma asks him, why did he leave the Second Demon World? And Supreme Kai says it's a long story, but he'll tell them if they like. Goku's okay with skipping it. This is the most Luffy thing Goku's ever done. But Bulma's like, yeah, ignore him. Tell us anyway. So we get a fun little lore drop. Long ago, there was a good Supreme Demon King who sought to expand the Demon Realm. Cure the powerful Super Majin Rimus to create the universe. Huh, I guess so. Isn't the creator god of the multiverse just the current ruler? Vegeta asks who Rimus is, and Supreme Kai says he's the highest authority all over all universes. Man, they keep pushing that up. At one point, it was, Kami is God. No, he's just the guardian of Earth. But we got the Kai, King Kai, and his. They're the highest authority. No, actually, we got the Grand Kai. No, actually, we got the Supreme Kai. No. We've got Zeno, and now it's Rimus. I give it about 2 shows before we have something higher than Rimus at this point. But at any rate, as more universes were created, Majin from the Demon Realm left to stake their claims to the new universes, and to aid in the development of these new universes, Supreme Kai were picked. Oh, hi, Gowasu. Good to see you there. With some of these differences, people do ask if there's, continuity between this and Super. We literally just saw Gowasu. I think that's a wink and a nod, yes. There are some interesting inconsistencies, but nothing that you can't work past. You just kind of have to read between the lines, as it were. Rimus designated a select group of Galins to oversee the other Majin settlers, and that was, of course, the original Supreme Kai. Bulma asks this means that everyone is descended from Majin, and that's a fantastic question. If they all came from the demon world, does that mean that? But no. Supreme Kai says that many life forms only came into being later on in these new universes, and that Earthlings and Saiyans are examples of that. So they are indigenous to their own universe. It's interesting to hear him say that Saiyans and Earthlings only come from their universe, given our knowledge of Dragon Ball Super with Universe 6 and 7. But given that they don't really know about the multiverse yet, I think that's fair for him to say. Given that the way Super has it, the universes are in pairs. So Universe 6 and 7 are kind of like paired universes where they have all the same places. Every other universe is different. So as far as these guys know, that's a completely fair statement, and it doesn't really break anything. Many of the Glins left, though, in case they were going to be called upon to become Supreme Kai. But in the time of Dabra's predecessor, Abra, travel through Kyoto Arc was severely limited and had been free for all before that because he was afraid of invasion. Also, I see what you did there, Akira Toriyama. Abra, Dabra, Abracadabra. All right. This is the last gift from Toriyama, and I love it. No one else would do something silly like that.
Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo!
Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo and Abracadabra. Nahare was still in the demon realm when this all happened, though, and he only left shortly after because he was selected as a Supreme Kai. Goku spreads his knowledge about Supreme Kai. I already mentioned that he's like, hey, I already knew! Oh, but this is also, hey, did you know that he came from a tree? Goku, you're not super smart just because you heard things earlier than everyone else by like a day or two, but you know. But yes, all Glins are born from the 5 great Glin trees that grew in the second demon world. But all of those trees are now dead. Bulma comments in shock and fear, that means it's only a matter of time until the Glins are all gone. And yeah, Supreme Kai confirms that is indeed the case. Man, Majin Buu slaughtering all the other Supreme Kai in the 7th universe, now extra tragic. Like, he was one of many Supreme Kai for the 7th universe at one point. And then Majin Buu happened. Haiba says that Dr. Aransu and Degasu are also Glins, and it is reaffirmed that they are Nahare's siblings, in that they came from the same tree. Haiba says he bets that there were vicious fights over snacks, and Supreme Kai says not exactly. But Haiba confirms, yeah, they're jerks. Supreme Kai can't argue with that. Bulma asks if they want to see his homeworld, but he says there's nothing to see there. So they all agree it's time to get moving. Bulma says Gloria should fly the rest of the way, and Hibis initially is like, yeah, you better not be talking crap about my flying. But Bulma says, oh no, you did fine, but it's your first time here. Oh, Hibis like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And as the episode ends, we see a familiar face heading towards them. It's freaking Neva! Ooh. Dun, dun, dun!
Well, I never.
He's never gonna give you up.
Well, that was a pretty lore-heavy episode of Daima, actually.
It really was. That's why I have so many notes. It's like, I could easily have misremembered some of that if I hadn't written it all down. There's a lot of story in there, and there's a lot of fun, silly moments. A very good episode, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good one. This was a good one. So, Jefferies, what did you think of this episode of Daima? Anything stand out to you?
Pretty good. It was, like later said, it was kind of goofy, some funny moments, especially with Bulma's skin. It's like, oh, I'm young, I'm pretty, kind of things. And also the Manju, the first Manju, I thought he was gonna beat it, but I guess that was a failed experiment.
That would have been too easy.
Yeah, that would be too easy. I thought it went for sure.
I like
but
I like Vegeta putting the foot down on the age gap.
Nope, none of that.
Nope. Nope. I will not be married to a child.
I don't blame him there at all.
Also, Hybis, I guess you already know that Bulma's actually an adult, but bro.
Like, bro, what's wrong with you, man?
Hymus is something. Like I said, this is clearly a Akira Toriyama's self.
So you're a boob man. I always thought he was more of a booty man.
I immediately did think of Space Dandy when that line was read. I'm like, oh, I see what's going on here. The booty, baby.
Respect the booty.
Booty to tootie.
Yeah. Fun episode. Steven, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I liked it. Let's see. It great animation, like always. The fight scene was really fun. Um, I I kind of I don't like how they're kind of like measuring the powers of the Tamagamis with Majin Ku. Like it's like we know. I guess we assume that he would have been, you know, as powerful as Majin Buu or more powerful. But I mean, I guess it just shows how much the Tamagami is stronger. I guess what they're trying to say there. It's an interesting point to do that. I mean, not to like get philosophical or anything on it, but to me, it was like it just felt like, huh, why are they going to do this? Do they need to have a fight scene in every like episode, or is it like you need to show off this power difference? I didn't think it needed to be in there, but that's me. That hair pun was kind of funny. That kind of like saying, is that hair? That's not hair. I thought it was like a hood or some type of, hat that he had on, and he had like actual hair under it. But I guess that was him. Kind of like reminds me of a Teletubby or something like that. It's like you're that kind of thing. Um, and then there was a point um that you made laser about what was it? With the Demon King. It was
Abra.
yeah. i- I'm like,
Abra and Dabra.
yeah, the names are fun, but it just struck me weird. Like, did they need to be in there, or are you trying to establish a lot of lore for something that will pay off at the end? And
I would say
I
keep
don't.
watching this space for that.
Okay. Because, I mean, some of the stuff can get convoluted with Dragon Ball, and it's like, okay, I can understand that. But when they start adding in so many other layers into this onion, it's like eventually it's going to be too much for one person to understand. I mean, was that the thing with Super that it was like
Super was
too,
very lore heavy.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
something that I feel about Dragon Ball Daima in general. Is it borrows from all of other Dragon Ball shows. Like it's got the whimsy of original Dragon Ball. The fight scenes are straight out of Z. We've got
mhm,
that other world feeling at GT, and we've got the lore from Super. It
yeah,
kind of borrows all of those ideas. It just kind of does them all, which I think is really cool. But
yeah. It's a
it
good
definitely does
yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I'm not saying it's not for me because I do like watching it. It feels like a new GT, but mixed with like OG Dragon Ball. And that's
Yeah,
what I kind of like. And it feels new and fresh to this like genre. But I think to me, like they're trying to establish a lot of things to pay off at the end, which I'm like, the Supreme Kai, and it's like, wait a minute, what about those 2 twins, the Supreme Kais, what about, the
Ariansu and Degasu.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, what about
They're
those
not Supreme
Zenos, like,
Kais, but they are Glins. Although we know
like,
that
what
Degasu is a um, evil Supreme Kai or a Ma Supreme Kai,
Yeah.
Dark Supreme Kai or whatever, because he's the Demon World version.
Yeah. But so it's a weird thing. Like, is there an actual order? Or are we getting into like this Legend of Zelda type thing where it's like, okay, what's the true timeline and everything? It's I don't know if that's
the
necessary.
first thing you have to
but-
understand, about Dragon Ball, people who get into Dragon Ball canonicity arguments all day, every day in the Dragon Ball fandom, and the first thing you gotta understand is that the answer to is it canon with Dragon Ball is that doesn't really matter. They don't
Okay.
really think about it now.
So I don't
Um,
have to worry about any of it.
I wouldn't say you don't have to worry about any of it, but what I would say is you don't have to worry that hard.
Okay. Well, then that's my answer.
Because I believe you can piece together enough between Dragon Ball Z, Super, and Daima to follow, but you are going to find inconsistency, especially with filler in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. But even if you ignore those, there are inconsistencies, there are retcons. It's a long, decades-long story, and it's not Eiichiro Oda, so the attention to detail is not necessarily there. Toriyama's strength is in his character strength, character writing, and action. If you want a complicated story, Dragon Ball is going to not be for you, but it does present something. It's not empty. It's just you're gonna find inconsistency.
Okay. And then one last thing that kind of bugged me, and I don't know if that is true or any of it. Um, so I assume that Goku still has his instant transmission thing, right? He used it
You would
to
think.
yeah, he used it to
But-
pop into that bush. So then why didn't he use it to save Pansy when they were in that Kraken's mouth?
That is a
And-
very good question, and I think I even noted that in my notes, and I just skipped over it because, Goku not using his instant transmission has been very confusing throughout all of Dragon Ball Daima. Like, literally, we make commentary at one point about, oh, it's too bad we don't have, oh god, work, Kibito here, because he could, teleport. It's like, Goku, you could teleport people.
Mm. Yeah. Otherwise,
just
great
forget.
episodes.
Yeah, pretty good episode.
Yeah, I'd say so.
you, man.
Okay. That will do it for Daima.
Yeah.
Now we got
Looking
a
forward to the next
couple
one.
of episodes of Dawn to Dawn.
We're
And-
getting a different kind of ball here.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, when we left off on Dawn to Dawn, Momo and Okaroon were going to challenge Turbo Granny because she dropped an ultimatum that if they don't come see her today, then she's going to use Okaroon to curse everybody, kill everybody, and not good stuff. So they've forced their hands. They've shown up. Okaroon's fully dressed in battle gear.
We're gonna
Blessed
kick Turbo
clothing.
Granny's ass.
And Momo's just wearing what she thinks is comfortable because wearing cool clothes is what gets a Gyaru hyped up and ready for a fight. And they return to the tunnel and they're immediately like, okay, you go first. No, you go first. Okay, we'll go at the same time. Hey, you're ahead of me. These kids are just so fun.
They really are.
And they're like, well, maybe she's not here. Nope. She's definitely here. She's definitely here. And, oh no, she's in, wait, there's no way out because she's blocking both ways. What's going on here? And like, her eyes have mouths and like, oh, this is freaky. But before she can devour them, oh right, very important detail, because the curse is what gives Okaroon the power in this case. well, what's the most easy thing to make the playing field really unfair? Turbo Granny gives him back his dong, and therefore he can no longer access the power of the curse. Yeah. I guess she can just do
Yay!
that. So she's about to devour them, but Momo taunts her to a race, which is the plan. And of course, Granny accepts. It's like, okay, where's the finish line? She's like, no, it's a game of tag. Okay, what are the rules? 10-minute head start. Okay. Yeah, 10-minute head start, but she just chooses however she wants to how she's gonna count. And immediately captures Momo and then says, all right, now I'm gonna start the countdown for you, kid. And he's freaking out because, he doesn't have any powers in this current moment. But he thinks back to the time when Momo told him, I bet I'll have to save you next time too. And he's like, no, I gotta step up. And this boy, remember in the first episode when she said, I'll let you gobble my tits if you let me swallow your dong, or something to that effect. Well, he finally took her up on that offer. And he latched on like his life and her life depended on it. Her life being Momomo. And it did. And frankly, I'm amazed this didn't get edited on Toonami. Like it really shows anything, but still. This, not something I expected to see on Toonami.
Yeah.
Real stuff.
Mhm.
So immediately she starts flailing around trying to get him to stop biting her teat, and he's hanging on, and wow, it's just wow. She realizes that the protective clothing that he's wearing is actually draining her of her power, so she decides, okay, I'm gonna possess him again. I'll take over. I'll get rid of the clothing. But as Granny attacks, Momo is released from her prison. So before she can do anything, Momo clutches her because now she can like grab Turbo Granny's original form spiritually. I don't know. Momo's powers are weird.
Trying to explain Don's like trying to explain Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Oh, she's grabbing a hold of Turbo Granny, and it seems like things are going well, but then giant enemy crab.
Did anyone
It
notice
is-
the form Turbo Granny took when Momo was grabbing her?
Yeah.
It was a little phallic looking.
Little bit phallic. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like just a phallic thing to grab onto. And her nose is all elongated, so it looks even more. Yeah, it's a visual. It's a visual.
It's intentional.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Well, you just gotta hit its weak point for massive damage, that's all.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you deal with the giant enemy crab. Actually, the way that you deal with the giant enemy crab is you lure it to a hot spring or a bathhouse, I suppose. To a bathhouse, and you boil it. You boil the crab.
Well, I mean, that works.
Momo's all like, "Oh man, it's starting to smell good. I wish I had some butter." And Okaru's like, "I can't
Ugh.
believe you're thinking of eating this."
That was my reaction. Nope. Nope.
Why?
Yeah. Uh, but just as they're about to, just as they're about to clear this, right. Just, right, the bathhouse, and then right. Okay, so they've dealt with the crab, the bound spirits, that has been assisting Turbo Granny. So now Turbo Granny's kind of on her own. And they're also controlling her, and that's allowing Okarun to use the power. But just as they're about to clear the city, some corpses from the nearby city start coming. You know, like, what? Yeah. This turned into a zombie movie suddenly.
Zombies who run. Zombies who run, which annoy the shit out of me. I was like, no way, no way. I don't even run that fast, and I'm in way better shape than these guys.
We're in the
No.
apocalypse.
No freaking
Yep.
way. No freaking
Old women
way.
are coming. So Momo tells Okarun to tap into the powers again and unleash the spiritual powers. And then we kick up a very unexpected musical track remix.
I love that.
I mean, it's totally appropriate seeing as this is called Dawn, Da Dawn. So. I love it. It's such a cool chase sequence.
It's a funny
Well,
little cartoony chase sequence.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, it's
funny.
so Looney Tunes.
It is.
Really.
I love that.
Which this show is Looney Tunes as hell.
Show is Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Oh boy. But unfortunately, Turbo Granny kind of like breaks out, and now they're having to fight her, and it's kind of come down to this is the do or die moments. So Momo, I don't know how long she's been thinking of this plan, but she says, "All right, I just need 1 second start for this. Just 1 second head start." And Turbo Granny's like, "What? That's ridiculous." And she's like, "Yep, 1 second. Here comes the train." She uses her powers to grab onto the train, which is supposed to be faster than Turbo Granny. Not by a lot. But unfortunately, it's not always faster than Turbo Granny, because it's only going faster than Turbo Granny's pace when it's on a straightaway. If they take any turns and they have to slow down a little bit, then she catches up. But that's okay if she catches up, because the whole point was to lure her to the edge of the city. Yeah. Where Seiko is waiting.
Gotta love that.
Finally
It's
getting
on
her
tarp.
what? Yeah. It's a good plan. It's a very good
That's
plan.
a good plan.
Yeah. So, Seiko takes down Turbo Granny, and that releases the young girls and women from the curse that was the bound spirit. And the next day, they go and leave an offering at the tunnel. It's a really nice moment, because it humanizes one of these spirits that they found. I mean, obviously it's more than one spirit, but the Turbo Granny is looking out for these souls that got cursed. So she's not all bad. Not all bad.
She's
Not all
really
bad.
angry.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's the spirit of angry women.
Yes. Very much so. Very much so. But later that night, they're feasting on some crab. And Okarun's
they got
like,
that.
I don't know. But also, Seiko's like, all right, let me see if your dong is back. I was like, what? No, I'm not going to show you that. It is a bit hard to tell whether she's being serious or not. But as we will come to learn, when Seiko says something ridiculous, she's almost always being serious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that
Mhm.
awkward after party, the two of them, Momo and Okaroon, are parting ways, and they're thinking to themselves, "Huh, is this the end of everything? I mean, I got my stuff back. So do we ever cross paths again?" But Momo calls out to him, "See you tomorrow." So cute.
They are very adorable, the two of them.
Very, very adorable. This episode was hype!
It was. No, this is one of my
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
episodes.
It's such an amazing climax from like the chase sequence, and then she grabs the train and they're on the train and it's getting really intense, and they're like, "Uh-oh, Psycho's here."
I like that she figured out in real time how to use her powers to kind of slingshot them. Like
Mhm.
she had to get creative quickly and it worked. And
She's a
then
quick
just
learner.
it's just so fun every time Ken goes into his cool mode, as I'm calling it.
Right.
When
The
he
first time he
he's
goes
in
into it in
school.
this episode, she's like, "Oh yeah, you're like your downer persona."
What a
I'm
drag.
so bummed, man. The duality of man.
It kept the pace. This is a very fast-paced, actiony episode.
It
Yes.
is.
Yes, it was.
Mhm.
And they were
Don
just
Don's
like,
very good at that.
they're just walking the line between like completely helpless and fucked to just getting by. It was really funny.
What are your thoughts on the episode, Jefferies?
Oh, like you said, you pretty much covered it. It's pretty funny. The chase, especially with that song that sound like Looney Tunes.
Mhm.
But yeah, I pretty enjoyed the episode, and especially with his dingaling.
He
So
gets
His
his dong
banana.
back.
his banana,
He got his
dingleberry.
banana back.
He did get his banana back.
But
Yeah,
did
but I
that
wasn't
fix
sure.
him?
Hmm, maybe. The
Did you say it
question
was
is, I
good
don't know
there?
why they were eating the crab.
Well, why
They
waste a
didn't look.
good crab, right?
You might say they're very crabby.
Oh, that will give you a stomach ache. Hello. Or diarrhea. You
It was a lot of
know where
crab.
that crab came from. But yeah, it's not wasted.
Waste not, want not.
Don't waste food, everyone. Don't waste food. Just eat it.
That's right.
Just eat it, eat it, eat it.
Eat it, eat it, eat it.
Mm, 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 mm.
Oh boy. Here comes Laser trying to come up with a verse about eating crab spirits. It's not the thing he's gonna do.
Nope, I have a plan.
Yeah.
Just like they had a plan.
Yes.
So I guess that clothing actually did come in handy. It was protective clothing, and it was draining her power at the time. Seiko knows her stuff.
does.
Makes you wonder how useful it would have been if Momo was still wearing what she was supposed to be wearing.
That is a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she wouldn't have been, caught. Maybe. It'll teach you to not wear what your grandma told you to. But it all worked out. I'm not going to say it was minimal property damage. It was not minimal.
How did nobody see the giant crab storming through the town? Like,
If you
And
don't
it-
have the sight, you can't even see it.
okay, but it
That's
broke through the
true.
bathhouse. It did actual property damage. What did that look like?
Yeah,
Just
well,
like
they're
a
like,
random
okay, we
explosion?
have freak accident.
Oh man, this old bathhouse just crumbling from neglect.
And it weirdly smells like seafood in here.
Anybody else
Yeah.
smell crab?
Must have been a micro earthquake.
Yeah.
Earthquake.
I do kind of like their whole like the two teenagers, how they had a little rapport throughout all of this.
They have such
It's
a good
cute.
dynamic.
They do have a good dynamic. Yeah, it's fun when they're getting along.
When they're getting along, when they just will get out of their own way and stop overthinking everything, but I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Are we ready for this episode of Not Another Teen Drama?
I think we are, but does Steven have anything to say about the action-packed finale of the Granny Turbo adventure?
Or is it?
I liked it. The song, the William
Yeah.
Tell Overture, named actually the William Hell Overture. I've been listening to that.
That's so metal.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I like discovered it before it was on Toonami, and I'm like, oh, I like the William Tell Overture. I'm like, it's a cool song and everything. I'm like, there's a different version of it, and I'm like, oh, this one is interesting and fun, and it feels like old from like William Tell, the overture, and then it was used in all of the what was it? All of the old uh darn it, the guy with the horse in like the 50s.
Oh yeah, Dudley Do Right.
No.
No?
It was uh the Lone Ranger. That's
The
what it
Lone
was.
Ranger.
And
Oh, the
so
Lone
then he would go,
Ranger.
and it would
That's
play, and
right.
he would go,
That's right.
hi ho, Silver, and away.
I can't believe you remember that.
Yep, and then it would play, and then there was like the entrance of that stuff, and so then it got amplified when Disney made the like 8-9 minute version for the Lone Ranger movie, which I gotta say that one's a pretty epic one. But this one is unique for its take on it, and it fits so well because I was waiting for it. I'm like, I wonder when it's gonna show up. That was like the point of like, I wonder when it's gonna show up. To see it with this crab running after our main characters is insane. A giant crab, like possessed with like about 9 heads on it, and it's like everything made up of it, plus thousands of zombies in a town running after him was insane and worked so well with that song. Like everything was coming after him, and it wrapped up nicely with the song and everything. And then you had like when they're on the train, she grabs onto it with her like Green Lantern powers. That's what I'm thinking. Grabs onto it, the crab goes on there, and it's like, what's going to happen now? And then, your brain's kind of my brain at least kind of like working through the stuff. I'm like, she's using the train to lure it out of the town. And it makes so much sense because it's the quickest way to get out of town, the fastest way to do it. She's seen it. She had to like work through that response of like, do that. But then it almost felt like a Yu-Gi-Oh or some type of JoJo move of like everything's against them, and they're like saying, "Oh yeah, but watch this. Oh, you didn't account for my trap card. It's something like, you forgot about it all, but I got it now." And it's like, what? And it was almost like they planned this whole thing of like chaos.
Did you plan
insanity.
this too, JoJo?
Yeah. And it was like, but Dio. And it was like, and he's like, Nani? And that crab's like, like trying to do it. It felt, I mean, I don't know if it felt real because, it's an anime, but it felt like this was something kids would do to solve a stupid problem. And I just want to hear more of that music in the background, like in almost every episode, just running from someone.
This is how children pick on the elderly.
Yes, exactly.
Well, they gotta kick Turbo Granny's ass.
Yeah, they do. It's required.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Time for stupid teenager nonsense.
Ah, yeah, so much fun. So next day, back at school, these two teenagers try to navigate how to be around each other and how to deal with their budding friendship, and just general awkwardness ensues. Momo's friends, in the meantime, try to decipher what is wrong with her. Why is she acting so weird? Mm. During lunch, they try to find each other as they comically walk around the school, and they keep missing each other um, around the entire school building. And I gotta say, this is actually this bit where they keep going into a room. The other one was at is actually a centuries old bit. I shit you not. You can find this dating back to Roman comedies. Yes. So
I believe it.
yeah, it's
Whoa.
a very old trope. Um but as they're moping outside at the fact that they haven't found each other and they think the other one's avoiding them, they see each other. They're literally like 10 feet away, and then they actually physically run into each other. And just at that moment, Momo's friends see and thinks that they were kissing, that they were making out, and
They
that seems
clicked
to get
teeth
them.
together. This is
Yeah,
not the usually when you think of anime teeth clicking, it's not this.
no, no,
No.
it's just awkward teenagers stuff. And that seems to get them all fighting again, and her friends, in my opinion, correctly deduce that they are so into each other. They are, and it's okay. It's totally
They-
okay.
They are the captains of the Momo Okarun fan club.
Yeah. You know what though? The best relationships are born out of friendship. So this is like not like friend zone friendship, like poor Ren. Anyway.
Oh, poor Rin.
Yeah. So Okaroon goes into the bathroom to do his business and makes a disturbing discovery. But before we get to find out what, he tries to tell Momo, who's being teased by her girlfriends, typical girl stuff. And he tries to talk to her, but she very meanly rejects him repeatedly, and more teenage drama ensues. It's why?
Stop it,
Why do they?
girl.
Why do you do this? So anyway, at the end of the day, Okarun is leaving, and he accidentally bumps into a student who is kind of cute. She's got pink hair, and she acts very coy and sweetly to him. But then, as she's walking away, Momo overhears her making catty comments to her friend. So she uses her power to conk the cow on the head with the metal tub that was sitting on top of the lockers. I'm pretty
So I
sure
didn't
she
watch
should be
that.
doing that. Yeah, but she definitely deserved that. Definitely deserved that. And then, not so subtly, she grabs Okaroon, like there's nothing wrong between him, and just like, you know, bringing him away and making passive aggressive comments about how great he is and how people you are mean and get conked on the head with wash tubs.
Mhm.
My man.
Yeah, I love it. As he's walking home, because he's obviously clueless, as they're walking home, she then apologizes for her shitty behavior, and that gives Okarun finally the opportunity to say what's bothering him, which is his balls are gone. And actually, the way he tells it, like he couldn't get it out before. He's like standing in the hallway in the school, like making the gesture of his balls, his crotch, like had me dying. I was like rolling at that. That was so fucking funny. The moment he tells her his balls are gone, like she's laughing, and then she's pretty much laughing all the way up into the point where they are there, and he's telling Seiko, who also ridicules him, the ballless wonder. And she's like, I need to look. She's like, well, you should have let me look at you before. And he's like, I don't want you looking at me. And she's like, oh, please, at that age, there's nothing to see.
She just ended that boy's whole career.
It's so funny. So she's like, all right, let me see what's wrong with you. And she kind of peers into his soul and notes that there's definitely something wrong. So they kind of set him up with this. They have like a little, what do you call the written out sutras. She lays one on a cat, one of those popular statue cats that like moves its arm, and has Ogrun sitting in a tub. Well, his feet are in some water and he's on a chair, and she starts smacking him with a fan to get a reaction. And Momo's watching, and she does notice this discolored aura inside him and tries to pull it out, but it seems like she's not able to. She pulls out. As she's pulling it out, she grabs Ogrun with her and like makes a huge mess. Suddenly the cat statue gripped burns up, and then the cat like starts kind of moving on its own and just takes off. So they chase our plastic friend into the closet. And this little demonic thing began shrieking at them. Seiko, sexy Seiko, as she's known to me, recognizes the spirit as Turbo Granny, who reveals that she was in fact almost dead, but she had just at the last moment before she completely demolished, she took shelter within the boy and was there waiting to regenerate, at which point she would kill them all and take her revenge. And
Addictive.
so in the process of this back and forth of threats between them, Granny Granny reveals that, well, you can't kill me because I have the boy's balls, and if you want him back, you won't get them back if you kill me. So like, oh no. Ogrun then like snaps into his cool form. Otherwise, what did Momo call it? She called it his like downer form. His downer cool form. And at that point we're like, oh wait, he's got her powers, but she has his balls. So who's got who now, Turbo Granny? And Seiko,
You might say she's got him by the balls.
She has got him by the balls, but he's got her by her mojo. So she can't get her mojo back without Seiko's help. Seiko's the only one that can put her back together. So Momo tries to make a deal with Granny, saying she'll get her powers back in exchange for his balls. And she's like, okay, but she doesn't have them because she lost them and she doesn't know where. What? How do you lose a pair? How do you lose a pair of balls?
It's less she lost them or like she just kind of dropped them somewhere, didn't care.
Oh God, this is just.
Poor
And that's where
Ogrun.
the episode ends. Yeah.
So he's fixed, but also he's fixed.
Yeah,
Dude,
he can't do anything.
where's my balls?
He can't do anything. He's got
The
no
balls
junk.
are inert. He's shooting blanks.
How did he not notice?
Yeah, how do you not notice that your balls aren't there?
That is a very good question.
He's like, I just peeked and saw the shaft and I thought that I had it. I'm like, dude, my guy, what were you doing at any point between last night and this morning? Did you not check any more thoroughly? Really?
Better question. Did you feel it or you're not feeling it?
I feel like that would be
Like,
very noticeable.
You'd be like, my pants fit differently.
I don't know.
The
I've never had a
ballless
pair of
wonder over
balls,
here.
so I can't tell you what. I don't know what that feels like, but I feel like that would be pretty damn noticeable when they're gone. Yeah, well, with that awkwardness. Jeff, what'd you think of this episode?
Young love. But it was pretty a very interesting episode, especially when Grandma Seko tried to trap Tober Granny into a Mananeko, which is like the cat statue.
Yeah, that's what the word is.
Yeah. But yeah, like why did you not Okaru? Why you didn't feel anything on you between your legs? Like, did you just ignore it, or you were just so focused on Momo, like you didn't notice about your manhood?
It seems like Ken has not been giving himself a lot of self-love, so maybe that's why it just took him a while to notice. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Just a guess.
Or maybe his balls are just so small that they're easy to miss.
Ooh.
Oh, that's sad.
A little bit. He's a growing boy. They'll get bigger, probably.
They'll go from Earth size to Namekian size.
Nah.
I cannot fathom what twisted mind came up with this. This is so bizarre. Like
It
of
is
all the
very
weird
out
things.
there, but that's part of the charm.
The
Yeah.
mangaka's like, all right, I took away his dong. What if I took away his balls?
Can I get that back? Because it's just weird for me writing it. But let's still make it a little weird. I can't get over how much like she's just cracking up. She's like on her back laughing at this. She finds this all hilarious.
I mean, if it's not you, yeah, that's pretty funny.
Talk about getting blue balled.
Ooh.
Oh my god. She's-
What
it
was
is
that?
pretty funny.
Did they even mention the pink hair girl's name?
No. Did they?
I do know her name, but I don't know if they've said it or not yet.
I don't.
I think our friends did say it though.
Maybe her friend said it, but it doesn't matter. She's like, that's just so awful. This is like, oh, I bet I just gave him such a thrill. He's never felt a girl's touch before. Like,
Oh God.
excuse me, miss.
Oh
Young
God.
lady.
I do not like this lady. Particularly this early on.
Excuse
bad.
me, miss. This young man just got done biting an old woman's teeth.
It's true.
Maybe that doesn't count, but
And lost his dingleberries.
she grabbed his dong, you know? At least metaphorically.
I don't know. I feel like that counts as sexual contact.
Yeah.
He didn't enjoy it because it was extremely aggressive, but
It's just so funny to me that they stuck Turbo Granny's spirit in the cat.
yeah.
Mascot achieved.
Yeah. So that explains the mascot kitty in all of the
Yep.
openings. So all
Yes.
of this
Mhm.
makes sense. So I
It's
guess
been
we're
Turbo
kind of
Granny this whole time.
we're stuck with her. But like, do we have to call her Turbo Granny? Can't we give her like a cute nickname? Because I don't want to keep saying Turbo Granny for the rest of the series.
Granny cat.
Yeah, like
Just
the
call her
Granny Cat's
Granny.
a little better.
Granny cat. Eh.
Yeah.
We can call her whatever we want.
True.
I like the way like the episode opens with Okarun, like he's hyping himself up just to say hello to her. And she's been sitting there waiting for him, and he like can't decide if she's waiting for him or she's not waiting for him. And he's like finally settles on she's not waiting for me. And then he walks by her and she's like, "What are you doing? Come on, let's go walk together." It's super cute. It's so cute. Get out of your own head, dude. Just be cool. Be cool.
It's a good thing sometimes she takes the initiative or they would never get anywhere.
Yeah.
But I'm so
I feel-
annoyed at Momo in that scene where he's really trying to talk to her about something important. She's like, no, go away. No, you're not my boyfriend. No, go away. And all of her friends are like, oh, come on. Why are you being so mean to? For one thing, just think for a second what you're doing to this poor guy's reputation.
Yeah. It was very cruel.
Yeah,
You're
you got
making a
pushed down.
scene.
You got pushed down, and then suddenly, of some kind, is like, "Oh, you perverts! Like, are you done looking at my skirts?"
Yeah.
Feel sorry for the guy.
Excuse me, miss. He has no interest in you. Yeah. If these kids
Steven.
would just stop overthinking everything.
Be good.
I feel like this is so typical of teenagers, though. Like, they get into their
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
There's this very complicated social dance, you know, And then also you're subject to like your peers and what you're going to do around your peers versus when you're alone. It's just all very typical high school stuff. Steven, what'd you think of this episode?
Another great episode. I like the opening where it's like you have he's reading his alien book upside down because he's so nervous about talking. And it's like he just wants to have a friend. He doesn't know that she kind of likes him. And it was like, like you said, Kuro, it's this weird, delicate dance. He's been well, I wouldn't say he friend zoned himself because he just wants a friend, right? She's
Yeah,
still considering something other than being friends, but still kind of like, I just want you around because you're worth something to me. The
I would
pink
agree.
yeah, the
I would
pink hair
agree.
girl the pink hair girl, she's just a jerk, and it's like, yeah, that's good that she got what she deserved with that metal tub falling on her head in that scene, 'cause I froze it right there when I made the tweet. I'm like, the best shot there, like, it was well animated, that one scene, and I'm like, these girls are like the Three Stooges right there. It made so much sense because it's like, they're just idiots. They're just being not even being kids, they're just judging someone and using them for their own entertainment, and it's like, "Dude, why would you even do that?" But, I mean, I got I personally, I got that was, like, happened a few times with me, and it's like, I mean, it's bad and it feels bad, and then when you hear someone say that or overhear that, it's like you just want something like that to happen, so I'm glad that she has that power to do that, to kindly make up that gap in there of, like, they got what they deserved. That was like they felt like that karma hit them. Um, will they change? Probably not, but, you never know. Aside from that, just them trying to find each other was brilliant. Like, I wouldn't say, like, brilliant writing, but it was just showing them going the length of them trying to find each other and talk to each other because 'cause they're both wanting it's like that old saying, "2 ships passing in the night." It's like they never even see each other, man.
It was
They
a
finally
perfect
do it.
Yeah, it was a perfect analogy for what their relationship is developing
Yeah,
as.
and
Yeah.
one's trying to become friends, the other one's trying to become something more than friends, or just trying to be around them to become a better person, and it it's like, yeah, I don't know, it was a beautiful and metaphor, like you said, of, like, this is what kinda I don't know if I ever seen that happen personally, but this is what kind of like a high school romance kind of drama is. It's that feeling of like, will they ever find each other? And they're still looking for each other. And then just happen to be sitting there. One is just like spread out on the bench, like, just laying there on the bench and like not even caring, like, oh, I'm never gonna find him. The other one is like so nervous of, you know, of where is she? Where's she at? I can't find her. Is she leaving me? Is that the only friend that I ever had finally leaving me? And they're right there. And then when they walk into each other, that there was a split second, and I had to go back. I like recorded it. A split second of their teeth hitting and it was, like, perfect. It was perfect. It's like, yes, they kissed because they kissed, and now it's gonna be
Mhm.
super awkward with them, but that little click, it was, like, perfection. Yeah, a great episode. Just I mean, outstanding.
I love how their immediate reaction is like, "Oh, ow, that hurt." Like they don't
It
even
it
register what just happened.
no, it probably did hurt because, I mean, hitting
Yeah.
teeth together, but still,
Yeah.
You
they
I've
almost
done
said
that.
something happened,
you
man.
may
It
have
does
chipped her
hurt.
tooth.
Oh, yeah.
I've
Yeah.
definitely done that, and it does hurt. I think
Hmm?
you're right. I think that Okarun he's happy to have a friend. Like he's more focused on just having a friend in his life, and Momo is sort of recognizing that she's catching some feelings, but also she does like hanging out with him, as friend. So I think that she's a little bit more aware of her feelings for him than he is. He's just happy to have someone talk to him at school. Poor kid.
Yeah.
The nerdy ones are the cutest, though. What were you saying, Jeff?
Oh, I was just saying that what Steven said. I guess if they could set each other by the teeth, maybe their lips also, just for a little second.
I bet they did.
You could tell.
Yeah, they'll think about it later. They probably think about it later.
They're probably going ruminating in their head for like days and days.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
All right,
Mhm.
yeah. Because that's what you do. That's what you do. It's just cute. It's fun. It's silly and goofy. And any other thoughts, sketch about this episode or laser?
You go ahead,
It,
Laser.
it's a good fun time. I enjoy watching these poor kids work through things, but you're rooting for them the whole time, and I love that about they're good kids, and they're gonna get there. I firmly believe they're gonna get there.
Yeah, you can see it's slowly developing, but they're not on the same page, obviously.
No, but if they were, it wouldn't be drama.
True. It's fun though. It's fun, fun hijinks, and the whole thing chasing around Turbo Granny, sticking her in the doll, and it's as Seiko's like, "You rotten tangerine," and Okaru's like, "Well, he wouldn't say that."
She's like
Doesn't
whacking her
even
with the fan.
realize. Doesn't even
Whacking her with the
realize she's
fan.
not talking to him. Talking to Turbo Granny. Yeah, fun stuff.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
We have long put it off, but we're finally going to talk about the last episode of Blue Exorcist Kyoto Arc.
Not that long. Technically, it's within our normal time
True.
frame. But yes, yeah. So we're at the end here of all of the major drama. Now we're just going to move on to normal drama. Medical personnel. As medical personnel arrive from True Cross, they begin treating all the injured, and a helicopter moves Master Tatsuma to where he can be treated. Meanwhile, the injured and recovering Mamushi tries to leave to see what's going on and runs smack into Juzo. And he tells her the impure king is dead and everything is okay. At that point, she bursts into tears. And did anyone smell a little romance here? I was definitely feeling the vibes between them for a while.
A little bit. I didn't
Yeah.
really feel them up to this point, though, bickering is a form of love.
I felt like they were pretty tender when he's carrying her back down the mountain, and then
Oh, true.
I think the reason
Oh,
that there was so much tension between them is they had feelings for each other. That's a
Mm,
weird anime thing.
Yeah, possibly. It's funny because in a previous episode discussion, I was like, "Wow, they really need some more descendants so that they have more people who can use the fire." Good on,
Yeah.
get on
Yeah.
it, Juzo.
He's ready to help make some babies up in Miota, right?
Get on it,
Bringing
doggone it.
two plants together. Yeah.
You
Meanwhile,
can do
injured
it.
before we get ahead of ourselves, injured Kuro and Rin are resting from their own fight. Back at the inn, Rin wakes up and he turns to see a dozing Shiami. It's just so damn precious. She wakes up and he's all bashful, and she congratulates him for saving the day, and he admits that he couldn't have done it without her. Blush, blush. And Shimi tells him that now they will be friends forever.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Talk about getting blue balled.
Don't put him in the friend zone. Oh my
She
god,
put
he
him
likes
hard
her.
in the friend zone.
He likes her so much. It's so flippin' cute. I just can't handle it. I can't handle it. But she's so she's socially awkward. I don't think she's like at the point where she can get past like, oh, you can be more than friends yet. So that's
Yeah,
okay.
she doesn't understand. But remember, all the way up to this point, she's always been really sad because he keeps rejecting friendship with her.
Yeah.
So she finally gets it. I was like, we're gonna be friends forever, and it's just gonna be that way.
Yeah.
I said it. I finally said it, and it's like,
yeah. They're in different places mentally, but maybe we'll get on the same page. So Ren's been friend zoned for now, and Shima sees it and is laughing at him, as do all the other kids in there. But he's like, okay, I have good news though. We get the next off, which is exactly what Ren wanted, because that's gonna give him the opportunity to do the touring he wanted to do. Meanwhile, Mephisto is meeting with Yaozo, Shima's dad, and asking, and they have a bit of a discussion, and he says, well, I might need to ask you to testify on behalf of Rin in front of the council. And he also throws in a like, gosh, I'm sorry I missed all the fun. Okay. As if he wasn't watching the whole time and we knew it. But Yaozo is, of course, more than willing to help Rin out, given that he saved all of their butts. Shura is then left alone with Mephisto and starts behaving very coyly, cornering him aggressively, sexually, but it's obviously her trying to decipher his plan, because she's holding then a kunai up to his throat, and pointing out that he's been orchestrating all of these events to go a certain way, and tries to find out what does he have in mind for all of them, including Ren. But Mephisto counters, mentioning her age. Laser, what does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely means something, guys. Sorry. But that literally is what you could tell, because that literally gets her off him, and she backs off and leaves, having gotten no answers from him. But she notes that Yukio is lurking outside. Yukio's an expert lurker. And she tells him that she thinks he can relax about Rin, but she does know that Mephisto has plans for him. Later on, Rin runs into his brother in the lobby and saying that they do need to talk, but it can wait. I just need to point something out. I feel like the design of this inn, it must be a Kyoto thing, because I swear, like, I was playing Persona 3, and this whole, like, the whole scenery of this inn, and then, like, the scene later on by the river reminded me of playing P3. I just thought, like, maybe it's a Kyoto thing. Maybe, like, this is what they look like, these hotels or whatever. But yeah, so he's gonna have to talk to him later. Ryuji, in the meantime, is still as broody as ever, and is kind of like stomping through Miyota, because he wants to make his dad come clean about all the secrets he's been keeping. He walks right by him, not even noticing, just casually cleaning the inn. Pretty funny. And before they can have whatever talk they're gonna have, they're interrupted, because we get Juzo announcing to their parents that he is going to marry Mamushi, but he didn't tell her that. He's just telling everyone, like, this is her first time learning this too. Don't do things that way, guys. It's cute and funny in anime, but it's not cute in real life. Anyway, he basically implies that something happened between them the day before, which is really funny. I I guess her melting in his arms was enough to, in anime world, to be a deflowering or something. I don't know. But now I want to know what else went on between them. Yaozo then tells Juzo that, well, maybe you two should talk it out because it doesn't seem like you're on the same page. But Mamushi objects mostly because she thinks her traitorous actions don't make her worthy of being rewarded, I guess, being a bride. And she points that out, and he's like, well, this will be your punishment. Also, really weird thing to say. This is the most unsexy proposal ever.
A rather indecent proposal, if you will.
Yeah. But she does accept, and her father points out that she will be stripped of her rank and her Meister, and she will be kicked out of the order. But Juzo says he wants to marry her anyway. So yeah, they gotta get on that baby making. Yeah, she'll be around, carry on the family line, and join to make like a super version of their powers. I guess I don't know. Anyway,
I like that her dad is like really. He seems like he's so against it at first, and then he cracks. Is like, please take care of my little girl.
Yeah,
he's so adorable.
It's a very dad reaction. Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. And her sisters are just, being sisters.
And gosh, the middle Shima is all like, I always imagined you with like a hot blonde with huge boobs. I was like, that seems more like, your thing, bro. And youngest Renzo's the main Shima that we know. Yeah. Something Zo. Who cares? But Renzo's all like, oh, come on, she's like my sister.
Yeah. Kinzo.
Kinzo.
I almost had it.
Kinzo.
I was very close. I knew there was a K in there. Kinzo's fun. I like him. I'd like to see more of him. He's wacky.
He is fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Underutilized.
I don't know why he's not going for Shura. I feel like she's kind of his type. Except for the blonde hair, but whatever.
Oh man, that scene between Mephisto and Shura. Little lore dump on her. She was from a ninja clan.
Yes.
Master
and she is a fully adult woman, so she is a consenting adult. It's all okay, kids. She can do what she wants.
I must say, I am thoroughly enjoying Wendy Lee in that role.
Yeah, she's got a lot of range. The character has a lot of range, and she's putting it in there, so it's fun.
Yeah, she'll flip on a dime.
Yeah. Well, the emotional proposal between the two families pushes an emotional interaction, if you will, between Ryuji and his father Tatsuma, which ends with Tatsuma telling him that he was protecting him, and then he walks away, which in my mind it was the implication that he doesn't really need to protect him anymore and that Ryuji could protect himself. But I think it's also him just finally, like, them finally being able to communicate on the same level and be honest, that this is everything he did was for his son, and now he knows it, and that's okay. So hopefully,
I still kind of wish they had more of a talk.
I did too, but I guess they guys don't talk. I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit. Also, I really liked. Is this you're not gonna do the sutras anymore? And he says, I don't need to sing lullabies to you anymore.
It's cute.
Cute. You're a big boy now.
Yes.
Tatsuma's wife giving him hell. He's like, you didn't say you were gonna die.
So Rin finally he gets his tourist day. Yay!
Gosh,
and if you look at that, oh my gosh! And if you look at that screenshot, right when they're all and their clothes, getting ready to go on their tour. Kuro is on top of Rin's head, and it's just it's my favorite part of that shot. It's so cute. He just looks so happy.
It was also really cute when Kuro was sleeping next to him at the start.
Yeah, they wrapped his little belly up and put him down next to Rin.
So cute.
I love it. It's so cute. He's got to be with his friend. They're best buds. They're best buds.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So they all kind of want to see different things, and Rin's just like, I just want to see the tower. So the guys are like, well, I guess we got to do what the son of Satan wants. Yeah, we must.
Yes, my lord, Satan's son. It's like, what the heck? You guys are exorcists. What are you doing?
Yeah, you can totally tell they're ribbing him, you know.
Oh,
like
yeah.
how
So hard.
Yeah, like they're turning what was before a source of strife between them into a source of humor. I think
Oh
that-
goodness, if we don't do what he says, he's going to burn us.
yeah, which is a really nice it's a nice turnaround for this arc and the friendship being healed, I think. You know, they're all cool and Rin's like, "Why are you guys teasing me?" Don't be whiny, Rin. You take it and you like it. And they have this cute little touristy montage where they go and see stuff, and Rin asks them if they can take a group shot in front of the creepy mascot. And they get one, but the kids all like YMCA the word Satan behind him. It's really funny. It's cute. Later on, as the evening falls, Yukio meets Rin by the river, and Rin tells him this is the conversation I guess he was referring to earlier, that he still wants to be an exorcist. But Yukio is pretty adamant that he's still a threat and he doesn't approve because Yukio is determined to spit on everybody else's fun. Like, that is his role. I swear.
Well, he did at least take part in the group photo.
Yeah. Okay. Sure, we'll give him a little credit.
Just barely.
Yeah. Rin just gives up trying to change his brother's minds, but says, look, as long as we have each other's back, it's okay. And you can tell, like, Yukio's internal monologue indicates his jealousy of Rin's confidence. And just as he's thinking that, Rin verbally admits that he is jealous of his brother because Yukio got to grow up fighting alongside their dad, and he didn't. And
it's always greener.
It's just so sad, though, because, like, you know, the fundamental issue between them right here, here's Yukio all in his head, resenting his brother and thinking these things, and Rin is being open with his brother about the issue, you know, like, yeah, I'm jealous that you got to do this, and like how much healthier that communication is compared to what's going on in Yukio's mind. I feel like it just gets to the crux of what the issue is in their relationship, and the issue is the flaw that Yukio has. But yeah, they would make a great team if you could get over himself. And just as like that would have been the moment he turns to his brother, Rin does, and says, well, do you have anything you want to share with me? It's your moment. If anyone's gonna understand, if anyone's gonna get it, your brother's gonna get it. But no, of course, he doesn't tell him.
Something in my eye, it's fine.
Yeah.
I just got, a demon eye. It's fine. No one needs to know about that.
He doesn't tell him. The only person, the only fucking
secrets.
person in the world that would understand, he doesn't tell him. Which is like, okay, so he's committed to keeping his secret. And
well, if he told Rin, then he'd have to admit that he's not so different from Rin after all. That's a pride problem right there.
Yeah, that's a him problem.
That.
That's not even like an issue. Like, that's all in him. That's all him building that up.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. It's just so aggravating seeing that happen in real time. Anyway, an adorable Kuro comes meowing up to collect Ren, and as they walk away, chattering, he's sitting on his shoulder. Yukio continues to muse on his own
Self-loathe.
insecurities. Yeah. He muses on his own insecurities before being called to join the other. And that, my friends, is the end of Kyoto Saga. So we're going to discuss the next one next week. We're going to do just the beginning, fresh start with the next saga. So let's just talk about this, not just this episode, but the season overall. What'd you think of it? What did you like? What you didn't like? Nothing, because it was great. How could you like not like anything? I want to start with Steven this time.
Okay.
Picture notes.
I have
Yes.
I have a review.
Good. I was hoping you would.
So coming into Blue Exorcist Kyoto Saga, I think I was still hung up on that big divide between the first season and this one. That whole retcon of events,
Yeah.
it really slowed it down, and so it slowed down that hype that I felt for this event, because I started hearing like, "Oh, don't worry about anything past like a certain episode." I'm like, "Why?" And
Yeah.
then it's like, "Oh, they retconned everything." The biggest example was Ren's friendships and his classmates. That conflict was already resolved. I know I can't let it go. It was out by the end of season 1, but here it is, we're rolling it back, and it's like, "Oh, it's eventually fixed again, yay." It's like, really? I mean, I understand that dramatic reasoning, but it felt a bit forced the second time around, like, "Why are you doing this again?" I mean, it doesn't need to be, and if you want to see, like, introducing characters, I'm like, why? Why would you need to do this again if people already seen it and it's a second season? Something, it's weird. I don't know. Um, Another head scratcher was Yukio. Like, my guy, like, do you not understand how twins work? You're also Satan's kid. You have the same demonic DNA as Ren, yet somehow you act like his friends are totally alien, some alien thing that you could never possibly relate to. And then you're out here unleashing your own blue flames with Toto. The logic gap here is hilarious but frustrating at times. Um, as for the main villain, the Impure King, he would honestly felt like he just existed so Ren could flex his powers again and unlock that next stage. It's like beyond that, he didn't amount to nothing. By I think episode 3 or 4, you could feel that the pacing bogged down to like some turtles crawl, which made this big bad payoff a little bit less impactful. If anything, I would say the season fell into the same trap as the movie Spider-Man 3. There was too many things happening at once. You have a friend drama, you have the Impure King arc, Yukio's angst, Toto stirring chaos, The Exorcist has their own politics going on. It's like the writers had a dartboard of subplots, and they just said, "Hey, why not all of them?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's the best thing we thought of in a while." It's like the result was messy, still entertaining though, but just really messy trying to keep track of everything and just understanding why did they want to do it all. I understand there might be some grand plan of it, but it felt like every arc or sub arc was filler. Like it really didn't need to be there. That said, the series slowed down the focus when the series slowed down the focus on the cast to their unique personalities. It was the best part of it. Shimi finally found her self confidence. Shima and Komaru had their moments which shined. The group dynamic shined whenever the writing let them breathe and become their own character. Those character beats were probably the highlights of the season for me. I would say all in all, the Kyoto Saga is a solid continuation, even if it did stumble upon its own weight at times. It didn't blow me away, but gave me enough to stay invested. So hopefully this next stage, this Illuminati stage, builds on those foundations instead of restarting another huge storyline. So overall, it's probably an 8.3 out of 10 for me.
I have no idea how you're going to take Illuminati with that review. Like, I feel like you're going to have so many feelings. Oh my gosh.
Something's
I,
gonna
I have
happen.
I do. I think like you have a lot of fair points, but I just want to comment. I think that um the subplots did to me they felt necessary to continue. Like I don't think they could have paused with the personal drama in order to or pause with whatever world building drama in terms of the impure king to deal with one issue or the other. Like the benefit of the other one, which the other season one, which is the actual retcon, is that they were able to work it into the season because they were making it up. They were writing this without actually basing it on what was happening in the manga. So like with the real story, I think the fact that they have these things kind of unfold pretty quickly, so it forces these kids to confront what their issues are with each other in order to work it out, rather than like a more like gentle organic way of dealing with things, or just like, oh, let's just get over it, which I know is a source of frustration when you're watching this, like, oh, why can't they just get over it, he saved their lives. But they do communicate that, and I agree, like the character arcs themselves, the characterizations, and the growth, like that, it gives it that there's a nice chance to for each of them to shine. And I know I'm not giving anything away when I do say like the series does enhance that and build on that as it progresses.
That's
Uh
good.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I
Just
I
just
I don't know. I just had some like hangups here and there. I mean,
yeah.
with that first season, I thought the fight with a Maimon to build up to it that, hey, he's the son of Satan, and then that everything after that felt organic enough that he had to repair these friendships. And with this impure king, it was like, oh, who took the eyeball? Oh no, someone took the eyeball. And now they go
Yeah.
to now they go to Kyoto and they go to the temple. And it's like, oh, now they have to protect the eyeball here. And it's like, one of them's a traitor. Who could it be? And it's like, did you really do anything? By the end of it, it was like they had to find it did make sense. It was like they figured he was the son of Satan, and it's like, but you never came to terms of that, and it took the impure king, which was like a nobody like villain that had nothing to do except grow and grow. It's almost, I would say, if it's almost like hate. It's almost like people hating on the one thing, and that thing grew to like spectacular lengths to like try to take over everything.
Well,
And
you're
it
missing
was
you're missing something important, is that this was all orchestrated by Toto. It was all very purposeful. It was part of a larger plan of his, and we still don't
n-
know anything about that. Like who is fueling this? He didn't just magically like, turn bad on his own. He obviously alone with his
mhm.
plans. So I think all of this is part of a larger plot element that is yet to be revealed. But it was very clear as Toto's talking, in the times we see him, that this was all intentional. He was releasing this. He
Yeah,
released the
I would say that the Impure King is not actually the bad guy of the arc. The Impure King is
no,
a force of nature. The
yeah,
villain is Toto.
yes.
Mm,
And Toto gets part of what he wants, which is he gets a new demon to renew his body, but also his intention was to like the releasing of the chaos was just one factor of what was supposed to be an overall.
mm.
And and then him being able to goad Yukio into revealing himself was a bonus.
Mm.
He may have
Well,
Plus,
known
then
all
we get
along.
well
whatever
then I must have not
Mephisto's up
understood
to.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mephisto's up to something too.
You almost feel like Mephisto was complicit in releasing this uh, impure king.
Means to an end. He was very pleased with how that came out.
Which
He
was, but
created
which
that. He created the Blue Exorcist like he wanted.
and yes, what was that end was Rin. He wanted to make Rin into a weapon, and it happened
And he
exactly
did.
the way he did. Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's definitely some bigger plot elements happening here. Jeff, what were your thoughts about season Kyoto Arc, the true season 2 of Blue Exorcist?
Well, pretty much, there has been a lot of like betrayals. There's been a lot of drama, especially with the family. But pretty much, Steven must have covered most of it, especially about the spy. Like when Shinra was asking Mephisto about what was happening, he thinks that there was like a spy, especially with what is that kid's name with the puppet?
Takara.
Sakura, yeah. Maybe he is because like, pretty much he might be something he was involved. So he'd probably be the spy for this. So I don't know what he's plotting. What does he want? He did say
Nice
Mephisto did say he
catch.
enjoyed humans.
Nice
There's a
catch,
very
by the way.
mysterious character that doesn't say much, so that's a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially he did talk, but I think that was part of a filler that he was mentioning about something. I think it was part of the filler, or I can't be so sure. But
I think it was
eventually we
filler.
might. Oh, it was filler.
I think so.
Oh,
He does talk a little bit in the early part of season 1, but he does talk also in the filler.
oh yeah.
So
Okay,
the answer is
yeah.
yes. The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
Well, yeah, it's pretty much I did enjoy the Koto saga. I'm looking forward to the next arc to see what's going to be happen next. So,
Mhm.
especially now that Yuzu and Momoshi better get busy making those
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah, I don't think it's too much to tell us that we get a wedding. So yeah, that'll be fun.
Yay, a wedding!
Yay.
Yay.
I
Yay!
imagine it would be very traditional seeming.
Yes. Yeah. Sketch. Now that you finally seen it, now that you've seen the real season 2, how do
Mm.
you feel about that as a season 2 versus the weirdness that was the second half of season 1?
Well, I mean, they go like one is just setting the stage for things to come, and the other is kind of closing the book. So, as far as setting the stage for things to come, I think it delivered on all of the internal strife for Rin, all of his friends coming to accept the situation for what it is and accept him for who he is. That's all very important. Of course, that all just kind of got glossed over in the not real second season. So we actually had time to develop those feelings, and I really wasn't expecting like well, yeah, I suppose in both versions Koneko was a big proponent of we shouldn't trust Rin. But Shima was a different story. But yeah, I like that they worked through all of that on this adventure. There were a lot of things going on in this arc, as Steven said. I almost feel like the mystery element of it was just thrown out way too quickly. Like, oh, we have a traitor. Oh, we know who the traitor is. What? I guess we just had to keep moving things along. Like, we barely even establish these characters before we claim somebody's a traitor, and then we identify the traitor. But, whatever.
I'm surprised about that both of you object to the fast pacing, because that really has been the
I
trend
don't
with.
mind the fast pacing so much. I just feel like that particular story element
Yeah.
was just kind of like introduced and then immediately tossed aside, which I guess is fine. I mean, whatever. It's not
I
really
get
the
where you're
focus.
coming from, though.
It's
Would have
not
been
really the
neat to have that played out
focus
a
at
little bit
all.
longer.
Yeah, like it's a mystery, but it's not for very long at all. Which I do wonder how I would feel about that if I read it in the manga, like how the pacing of the manga might compare. But of course, we have all this family drama too, which is really important, and the the relationship between Rin and Bon, and Rin's father and Bon's father, and how important it is to Rin for Bon and his father to mend, and all that's really good stuff. Um, the Impure King was just kind of whatever. He was a force of nature, sure. He was a very dangerous force of nature, and we needed Rin to be able to step up to handle it. So get the kid his shining moment, and obviously seemed to be some sort of a test for Rin to Mephisto, and that's pretty risky, don't you think? Would he have ever stepped in? Who could say? Who could say? Yeah. Yukio's frustrating. It's just
Yeah, he
so
is.
frustrating. He actually had some pretty cool moments, but I just can't enjoy him because he's such a poop head. Even at the end there, it's like, oh, you're having this heart to heart with your brother. You won't share your secret, and not only that, your brother's being like, real honest with you, and all you can do is clap back. And then when he leaves, he's like, "Man, I hate myself." It's like,
You admit it.
what? Come on, man. Come on, get over yourself. Get over these negative feelings. Like, and the fact that you're like, well, I'm gonna hold it over your head, and if you don't become an exorcist, I'm not gonna tell you about the times that I went demon hunting with Dad. Like, come on, man. Your brother's reaching out and you're slapping his hand. It's not cool. Also, when he's like, we could be a cool team, I'm like, hell yeah. You got the sword, he's got the guns. They'd be a good team if
They
they
would be a
work
good
together.
team. They are a good team when they do work together.
Yeah, which is so very, very rare. They didn't even
Yeah.
work as a team in this at all.
No.
Instead, it was Rin and Bon.
Mm-hmm.
We'll help them, sure.
Mhm. They'll make a better team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like father, like son.
And oh, poor Rin getting friend zoned so hard.
Yeah.
I think Shammy just doesn't understand her own feelings, but the most important thing to her, much like with Okaroon, is I just want it to be clear that we're friends.
She also has had a very isolated upbringing.
Yeah.
So she's had very limited exposure to what a normal child and teen would. So I think for
Mhm.
her, establishing the baseline of I have this human connection, like she's not at the point maturely where she can understand a romantic feeling, even if it's in her, which nothing will convince me that she doesn't have feelings for it. Nothing. Nothing will convince me that. I will die on that hill.
Mhm.
And it's really cute because Rin is just so enamored of her. He's just
Mhm.
nuts for her, and it's really, really cute. Like to the
But
point
at
where,
this point,
he's finding
does she still
inspiration
have
in her.
maybe a crush on Yukio? Maybe.
Maybe, unfortunately.
She hasn't really been crushing on him lately, but they haven't spent much time together either. So
I mean, and he also, Yukio, probably, to make things extra complicated, probably has a bit of a crush on Shiemi too. But he's got that, like,
oh
I'm your
yeah.
superior and we have to keep a distance. got shit going on. Like, calm your ass down. You're 15.
You're 15 years old, dude.
You're no one's superior, kid. No one's.
You're jeez, just get he's so frustrating. Oh, it was so cute when Rin left him a little water bottle. Hey man, chairs are for sitting, not for sleeping.
I also feel like this, this might have been a failure on Fujimoto's part as a parent, like not teaching his child how to be emotionally sensitive and bonded to his brother. Instead, he told them separately that they had to protect each other instead of like, this is the kind of thing a mom would catch. A mom would have been like, you have to share, like you only have each other. You have to share that, be there for each other. Like, I think that's something that he didn't get because that's a mom thing. Moms do that kind of stuff and they didn't have a mom.
Well, they had a mom, but never met her really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have someone there for
Frankly,
them.
I don't know how good Yuri would have been at raising kids. But I guess that's for another story arc. Not even the one that's coming up. Speaking of the story arc that's coming up, and the promo's talking about how there's a traitor, and I'm like, oh, we're doing this again. Maybe we'll actually, have some time to really ponder who the traitor is before it's revealed this time.
No, you'll have no
Maybe.
time to ponder. You'll have no time to ponder.
Yeah.
Is it the puppet kid?
Maybe.
Maybe. I think was it Steven that brought up the puppet kid?
That's exactly what I said. Me and Brittany were discussing this over Discord on Saturday. I'm like, is it the puppet kid? It better not be the puppet kid, or otherwise I'm out.
It
I
strikes
swear,
like
if it's the puppet kid, this creator is creatively bankrupt.
it strikes like a viper, and then you'll have a lot of time to stew in it. Because that's what I did. Like,
I
it struck
remember
back.
this.
I stewed for a while. We spent a whole episode of his podcast of me stewing.
Also,
on the
it should be
traitor.
Yukio. Yukio should be the traitor.
There you go. That would have been good
There you
brother
go.
drama right there.
Shiemi's the traitor. No, she
Ooh.
could never.
No.
It's Kuro. That's who it is.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
blasphemy!
Sorry, the cat.
Blasphemy! Take it back!
Blasphemy. Blasphemy.
Take
yeah.
it back!
Blasphemy. Blasphemy.
But yeah, there's
You might
this could
say
be an
the
interesting
real
stuff.
traitor is the friends we made along the way.
Probably. So
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, that would be an interesting
I don't
arc.
know.
Yeah.
I think this arc is particularly good at world building and relationship building. So in that respect, I think it's pretty good. I would have a hard time like rating it. And since Kuro gassed up this season as like the best part of Blue Exorcist so far, I'm like, oh, I kind of hope I like some other parts better.
You're
Because it was
making
fine.
me feel bad. You're making me feel bad.
It was fine, but maybe a different arc will be more to my taste. I don't honestly. I'm really interested. Well, because one of my favorite parts in this arc was the backstory with Fujimoto and Bond's dad. I was like, oh, I'm looking forward to the Blue Knight arc when it airs on Toonami because
You'll get more backstory in other arcs too. Like, you'll get some
yes.
there's
probably.
other like lore building backstories that are
My
really
favorite
good.
is the one that comes after the one we're about to start. So, although I like the one we're about to start quite a bit as well.
Yeah, the one that comes after the Illuminati arc is very lore heavy in the best way. And
Oh,
you guys
yes.
know I like lore. Yeah.
is that
I just
not
like-
the Blue Knight arc?
So it's Shimane Illuminati, which we're going into. Then it's Beyond the Snow, and then it's Blue Knight.
Oh, Beyond the Snow.
Oh.
Beyond the Snow has the stuff that I like the best in Blue Exorcist.
Yeah, you get
Although my second
don't-
favorite would be Illuminati.
you get a lore arc not just for general Exorcist stuff, but also on Shura. Shura gets a story.
Oh,
Yeah, she
good,
does.
because she had some interesting moments in this arc, And
Oh,
I like
good.
that Mephisto points out, you're getting attached here. That's unlike you.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll all come together. The reason that I like this arc so much is because more than anyone else, I like seeing Rin come into himself and his powers and get to like embrace being the hero. Like you get to see Kuro be a hero, see them tag team, and like just the way it plays out as far as like him and his role and everything. He's not at this point of risk anymore. Now he's like, okay, he's the Blue Exorcist. He's gonna fuck shit up in the best way possible. Like that's why I like it. I like that they have
The
like a
birth of
villain
the
that
Blue
only
Exorcist.
yeah, they have a villain that
So
only
poetic.
he's able to take on, with his along with his friends, making up with his friends, and like you get to step away from True Cross to like this completely different area, like meeting all the family members of the three boys and getting this extra sense of culture
Mhm.
and world building. That's why I like it. Like it steps away from we're introducing the characters and now we're like getting down into where the story could go. I and coming off of episode 16, 17, where, we still had Ren hiding himself and all this other jazz. Like now you're into a part, okay, it's in the open now, and it opens up for so much more story potential and so much more plot development and character development. And that's why I like it a lot.
Fair.
It's funny watching it the second time, I did think like maybe my reaction to the first time was because I didn't notice as much some of the plot pacing because there was so much happening. Like I was really engaged in it, and then watching it the second time, my observation was more about how uh it was a little fast. But I've become so accustomed lately to how fast everything moves. Like I think, yeah, would this have benefited from being an extra 3 episodes long? Sure, but it wasn't. So just getting used to it. I don't know. Did you have like a second opinion, Laser? This is your second time
This is
watching?
about how it's about the same as I remember it. I remember it being good. I remember it being better than the second half of the first show, which
Yeah.
not a high bar, but it is. I remember it being a fun time, but not my favorite part, and that's kind of where it's at. I think it's really strong in the character building. I totally get where Steven's coming from, where it's like we just saw them do the storyline in season 1, but because this was made, technically this is the first version of it, you kind of have to divorce the two from each other because they're not in the same continuity.
Mhm.
I feel like this actually does it better than the first one because
I agree.
I really like how they played out with Bond, where I never cared that you were Satan's son. I cared that you didn't, trust me with it. I thought we were friends. That hits so much harder where, they're not being screwed up necessarily. Rin didn't trust them and that hurts. Oh, that's human as hell.
Which if you think about that more deeply, Rin was never the one who wanted to keep that secret. That was what he was told to do.
That's true too.
And that was also something that Yukio was heavily complicit in. Like he was very adamant that he had to keep that secret. So if Ren had been able to be himself all along, how much of this might have gone differently?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
See, that's the kind of thing I really liked about this is the character interactions, the character growths on multiple fronts. And even, someone like Kunakamaru at the end is just like, yeah, nope, you saved us, I get it. And I think that is a really, showing moment where it's like, okay, we now see we really should have trusted this guy for those that were traumatized, but we had the setup for why they're traumatized in this arc as well with, the Blue Knights screwed up their home and took their families. Whereas in season 1, they're just kind of like, well, Satan, whatever. It's like, okay, it's a lot different, I think.
Yeah. This definitely does a better job of that. I think that's why it's so easy for me to just disregard the second half of season 1 and not really like I'm not caught up in it.
I haven't
Because I
watched the
can see
second half of
this.
season 1 since it aired on Toonami the first time, so yeah.
Yeah, I watched it this
Like
time
on
and
my
I was like,
rewatches, I always just cut over to Kyoto and I just ignore it.
Yeah, I was completely divorced from it the way you described. Like for me, I was checked out. I didn't really absorb any of it as storyline. I was just like thinking about, well, this doesn't matter
But
to
I
me
do
then.
get where where you guys are coming from, because you just watched it. It just happened. So it's not that your feelings are invalid at all.
Yeah.
I don't share them though.
Yeah. I mean, either. It was for me, it was so much easier to walk away from that ending and go into this one. Because I was like, oh, this makes so much more sense to me. Okay. And then I was fully committed. But Kuro is the best.
Kuro is the best.
Yes.
One more thing I wanted to mention is
there's
there's some pretty fire OST in this arc. Like
Oh yes.
that one of the last episodes in the arc when it was fading to music, I was like, this sounds like a 30 seconds to Mars song. And I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Good stuff.
There's a couple of good like musical endings and openings to this series. There's some
Yeah.
good ones. Cool. Well, that wraps up Kyoto Arc, unless anybody has any final thoughts.
It's good that it finally aired on Toonami.
Oh yes. Long
Yeah.
time coming.
Long time coming.
Yep. And we still continue to the next arc.
Yes. Yeah, I'm very excited for everybody to see the next arc.
Oh yeah.
It's got a lot of crazy things happen. I'm excited to see everyone's reaction. And if anyone reacts this strong,
It's
It
gonna be
turns
nice.
out-
It's gonna be nice.
Wow.
It's
Turns out
not
after
gonna
all
recover.
these years that the Blue Exorcist fans got the last laugh.
Indeed. You won't feel the same backlash this time because it's covered completely new ground. So there's that.
So, traders, Lucifer, Uzumu turning into a demon fox, which they show in the promo.
That
Just to turn
sneaky
on soon.
fox.
yeah, I didn't. They put a lot in that promo. I was like, slow down. Whoa, why are you giving a lot away?
Slow your
think my-
roll there, Toonami.
Yeah.
I think my guess by looking at that promo, my guess is this the next arc will be focused on Uzumu. I guess I haven't seen it, so
I'd say that's a fair. Guess.
That's a safe bet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems she's
okay.
got a demon situation too.
She's an interesting
does.
character. I mean, she's one of the ones that was the quickest to accept Ren to begin with.
Mhm.
So, you know,
She's also generally very uncommitted, if you will.
Uncommitted and just thinking of things practically.
well,
Yes.
you get to see we've seen a much warmer side of her. I mean, at the beginning of the series, she's very catty, and
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah. She was
just
very catty at the beginning.
very mean
You'll
girl.
get a lot of answers about why she is the way she is.
Yeah.
Be my
Oh,
preview.
like her
I'm
backstory, right?
intrigued.
You
Yeah.
absolutely get her backstory. Yes.
So
Well, it's time.
we got Ryuji and Konokomaru, and now we get to see Izumo and maybe somebody else. Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe
I don't
somebody
know.
else. I don't know.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm excited. So next week we'll be covering the beginning of the Illuminati arc, and we'll also be covering Bleach, and we'll be switching things around a bit to keep all the fun shows together and a little bit more darker demon infested shows together. So
Yes. As if Dawn to Dawn is not also the former.
is it dark? I mean, is it get dark again? I hope not.
Yeah, it'll rip your heart out at some points.
It will absolutely be ripping your heart out very soon.
Well,
But I
I'm
suppose
looking forward
that's
to whatever
probably
comes.
the heaviest the first season gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I suppose in that respect, yeah, it is a little bit more
Dawn to Dawn
happy-go-lucky.
is a very goofy show until it's not, and then it goes back to be. Kind of
Like
reminds me
One
how
Piece.
Slayer.
Spoil it for
Kind of like One
myself.
Piece. I was gonna say it reminds me of how Slayer used to do it, where it'd be very
Mm.
silly, very silly, very silly. Oh, we have a serious plot point. Okay, now we're silly again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Jeff, did
anyway, we're
you,
keeping our B's and our D's together.
before I read some talkbacks, Jeff, did you want to say anything else about Blue Exorcist before?
No, pretty much that's what to say. I'm good.
Well, I didn't. Go on.
Oh no, nothing. I was gonna say I'm good. So
I didn't get too many, unfortunately, but I will read what I have. Wolf wrote in 9 out of 10 for season 2. I didn't even expect they would air season 2, as I thought it would be season 1 only. So did we all. But it was awesome to see season 2 blindly for the first time. I'm even glad they retconned the events of season 1 final set of non-canon episodes on filler. But now I'm hyped for season 3. Though I always make sure no one who already read the manga later sees Japanese dubs to never spoil it for us on Toonami fans that are watching them blindly. Yeah, struggle is real, Wolf. Jorge Ramirez writes in, I liked it and I love the trailer for the next saga. And that's pretty much all I got.
And it's a good time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yes. So great. Well, I think unless you have anything else, Sketch, I think it's a good time for some house cleaning.
um, they
Yeah.
didn't. I think. Oh, one more thing, sketch. Did you guys see the ID they just bring back, like the blast from the past?
Yeah, they did. Wow, that was when it started airing, I was like, "Oh, what do we have here?" And I was like, oh, "Wait, this is an old one with the Clydes in Georgia." Now, I don't know if this was intentional, but I think it's interesting that it came from the same era of Toonami that I thought that the current look was fairly similar to the planet all green era. Though there wasn't really a nod to that in that one. It's just the same logo that they had for that era. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I love when they replay any kind of interstitial. They've been doing that more lately, and I appreciate it because it always seems so odd to me that they would have these things made and then only play them once. A
Yeah,
lot
I
of the
always
time,
like
it's
seeing
like
them more.
that's a bit of a waste, especially the ones that are really generic, like all the IDs that are just Tom and Sarah doing something. You definitely reuse those. And they recently reused the one that is Tom and Sarah flying through various locations, and you see the letters of Toonami in all the different places they went to. That was a really cool one. So I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Keep
Hopefully, we'll see more.
reusing that stuff. Keep reusing that stuff. I
Yeah.
like it.
Oh, and I was at Anime OEC this past week and actually watched the
Oh,
first episode of Rooster Fighter.
what?
And
Ooh.
I did the first full episode.
Oh man,
Yeah, it was so good.
I've only seen like half of it.
Oh, they only show half of it when you were at San Diego Comic Con.
Mm, yeah,
Oh, yeah, it was pretty good.
nice.
Yeah, the first yeah, they were giving out those rooster heads masks.
Oh
So
yeah,
all I could say is that just you'll see some weird stuff going on.
yeah, for sure. It's quite the wacky show from the look of it. but it really fits Adult Swim sensibilities, I feel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're going to be playing the dub in October at
Yeah, I'll at your Comic Con. Yep, I'll definitely see it again in English.
nice. Well, once you do, maybe you should write up a little thing for ToonamiFaithful.com, huh? How about that
Yeah,
idea?
yeah, yeah. I'll see what I can do. I'll try my best.
I edit aggressively, so don't bring your ego. Leave your ego at the door. Don't take it personally.
Yeah, and I was also at
Uh,
the One Punch panel too as well. So
oh, cool.
yeah, yeah. They announced that Jam Project will be doing the opening again for the third season, and they're gonna feature Baby Metal.
Yeah, Jam Project and Baby Metal. That is wild.
Yeah, and that's actually gonna be their first time that Baby Metal will do an anime cover. So this will
Oh,
be interesting. Yeah, they never do it. They never done any anime theme songs before until we was hear from One Punch Man. So
huh. I sworn they had, but maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Let's
no,
see.
yeah, they did show they did show like a trailer like Baby Metal was talking about they say that this is gonna be their first time doing an anime theme
Oh,
for the
okay
series.
then.
So
Oh, I'll believe them.
yeah.
I'll believe them. Yeah, hopefully it won't be too long before we get that on Toonami. I mean, it's a Viz license, so it should happen eventually. Maybe
Hmm.
sooner than later.
Yeah,
Something's
probably
got
early
to
next year.
Dragon Ball Daima. Okay. If you have any thoughts on Blue Exorcist, Dawn to Dawn, or Dragon Ball Daima, or anything else, you can email us at podcast@ToonamiFaithful.com. You can follow us on Facebook.com/Toonami Podcast and on Twitter @Toonami Podcast. You can listen to the podcast on just about everything, including Apple Podcast, Castbox, Deezer, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Podbay, Podbean, Podcast Addict, Radio.com, Spotify, and the TuneIn app. And you can also find every episode of the podcast to stream online at, you guessed it, the same place they found the encrypted files, clinical trials on Lazarus. Yes, soundcloud.com/Toonami Faithful Podcast. And you can get the latest news by following at ToonamiFaithful.com on Blue Sky and at Toonami News on Twitter. And read the news, views, and reviews on ToonamiFaithful.com. And hopefully, in October, some kind of write up about Rooster Fighter from our guest here, Jefferies.
Talk about pressure.
No pressure.
You can do it.
So, for
Yeah.
now, Jefferies, tell the folks where they can find you.
Sure. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky as Jeff Herrera 11, JEFFHERRERA 11. So you can follow me on my social medias. And if you ever see me at a con, just come by and say hi. We'll talk Tsunami, anime, whatever you want.
All right. Steven, tell the folks where they can find you.
You can find me on X, Twitter, Twitch, Blue Sky, all at MXigos. Currently streaming Sundays, Hollow Knight. That game's a bit of a chore until I find the hack that I can get better at it, and then it should be better.
Oh, that's funny. Well, I understand.
Yeah, yeah.
And Laser, tell the folks where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at LaserKidPrime. You can find me on Blue Sky at LaserKid when I actually use my Blue Sky. And you can find me on my podcast, which I swear is not dead, the Simuldub Saints, on YouTube and Spotify podcasts at Simuldub Saints, and on social media, Twitter and Blue Sky at Simuldub Saints. I am very behind on editing, but it is not dead, I swear.
Kuro, tell the folks where they can find you.
I am on Blue Sky and I'm on Twitter at HappyKuroKitty. And where can they find you, Sketch?
You can find me on Twitter, it's Sketch1984, and on Blue Sky, Sketch1984. Just look me up. And I actually, if you go to my Twitter and then you look at my username, it gives you the link to my Blue Sky, though you have to copy and paste it into the bar. Yeah. Every now and then I get some kind of comment about like, oh, you're on Blue Sky. It's like, yeah, I diversify my social media presence just a little bit. Don't spend your whole life in one echo chamber.
Do 2 instead. It's much better.
That's right. 2 echo chambers.
Ha, ha, ha.
Exactly. Exactly.
I like having both.
I actually
adds
do
more
like
to
having
my
both.
It can be
time
nice,
wasting.
but I just yeah. It's like, what's going on this one? Nothing much. Let's check the other one. Oh, that's interesting.
Pretty much.
There's
I
always
I
another
look at
rabbit
either
hole.
one. I look at either one. I just see a lot of screaming and panicking.
Yeah.
Though what they're screaming and panicking is different, but it's the same
Yes.
behavior.
Very different reasons for screaming and panicking.
I miss the days though.
Just
where I could
remember, don't
filter
panic.
out more shit from Twitter. Like I feel like now Twitter puts stuff on my feed that I don't want to see, and I keep saying I don't want to see it, and it doesn't listen to me. And I'm like, I miss the old days.
The
the
trick
pre-Musk
with
days.
Twitter that my friend J Mac has recently taught me is you don't want to be looking at the For You. You want to switch over to following so you don't have to deal with random stuff you don't want to see.
That's the For You stuff is fine. It's usually like 60% on the money, but it's just annoying that they show me stuff that I'm not interested in after I repeatedly say I wasn't interested in. And
Yeah,
simply
that's
think-
why I've switched over to following entirely.
See-
I got shown some spicy content on the For You that I did not ask for.
I mean,
That I questioned why
like,
it was there.
the pornographic stuff, like that's gonna happen. I feel like in the internet, accustomed to that, but it's just it's the crap that I'm not on there for. Like Elon Musk, ever since he took over the company, the algorithm completely changed to force content on you that you're specifically had that I spent forever trying to make my Twitter exactly the way I want it, and now it's not, and it's very frustrating for me.
I manipulated the algorithm so I see what I want to see, so I don't really hardly see any of that stuff.
I did, and then, like I said, I recently, this is like a couple of days ago, switched to following, and it is like night and day better for me.
Sometimes when I'm on the For You tab, I find things that I'm not It's really weird when I find things on the For You tab of like people I'm following that I can't find when I'm on the following tab.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's screwy.
that's yeah.
Stupid website's so broken.
It really is.
It is. Like
I
the
mostly-
Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Mm.
Every time I see one of those things on the road, I'm like,
I just die a little inside. Like, oh, you spend money on that.
that's so
sad
impractical.
Yeah,
And stupid looking.
it is stupid looking. All right.
All right. Yeah,
Thank you for
we're good.
listening.
Yes,
Thank you for listening. We loved it. And if you missed this discussion about the Blue Exorcist, don't worry. We have a whole nother season of it, so you'll be able to contribute then. Don't forget to give us your talkbacks when we ask for them, because we love hearing from you guys.
So thank you for listening, whether you tuned in live or listening to the podcast after the fact. We always appreciate your listenership. And until next time, always check that your balls are there.
We're strangers to Dragon Ball. You know the lore, and so do I. A full Tamagami's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other Namekian. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never's gonna give you up. Never's gonna let you down. Never's gonna run around and desert you. Never's gonna make you cry. Never's gonna say goodbye. Never's gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
I can't believe you just rickrolled all of our listeners. What
No,
does
dear
that
Lord.
I did. It's true.
Never do that again.
I will never do that again. You have my word.
Later.